How do you feel about women getting their body done? You know, like I look at the calisthenic world, and I watch, like I said before, I watch a lot of your videos, a lot of Rip Wright's video, a lot of all of these guys' video. I'm really inspired by all of y'all. I don't see a lot of women, but I do see a few. You know, shout outs to them. How do you working out in that world? Is that shunned upon, or like, you know, how do you feel about that?
It's shunned upon when you get your body done and then you try to sell a program, or you try to convince people that you reach that goal by working out, when in actual reality you went to Dr. Miami.
Gotcha.
That's the deceit right there. You know, when you try to, the women that try to sell programs and flat tummy tea and things like that, like, okay, like, you should buy this program from me, or you should support my brand because I worked out and I grind and I gained all this knowledge to get where I'm at, and you're trying to sell a product not knowing that you went under the knife. That's kind of despicable, in my opinion.
I agree. No, I definitely agree with that. I feel like you answered that perfectly, because it's not, you only said it's shunned upon if they're being deceitful.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with that. Yeah. You know, so for the ladies opting not to take the surgical route, do you think they can still get the same, like, you know, that Coke bottle shape as the women who do?
Man. Woo wee. People gotta understand that genetics. You have to really focus on being the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Yes, you may be inspired by the Coke bottle and, you know, the shape and everything like that, but you don't know what that sister had to go through to get there. And then you don't know the genetic, well, you probably don't have the same genetic code to get there. So the best thing you can do is be the best version of yourself. Be the best version of you. Don't try to compare yourself to anybody, because once you compare yourself to somebody, that is the thief of joy. And that's one of the most beautiful quotes. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Comparison is the thief of joy. Absolutely.
I'll leave that gem with y'all, man.
Word. Nah, I appreciate that. I never heard that, but I'm definitely gonna take that.
Yeah. You gotta. Listen, man. Once you start to manifest and understand that you are in your own lane, and when you're in your own lane, right? You're not looking to the left, you're not looking to the right. You're just in that lane right there.
Yeah.
You will go far.
Absolutely. That's a fact.
Instead of you making pit stops and looking over what so-and-so is doing over here, what so-and-so is doing over here, you're just tunnel vision. You're just focused.
And focusing left and right. You're not focused on your path.
Exactly.
Word, that's a fact. So, you know, for the ladies, this is a question for the ladies. What's the most efficient workout for a woman to do to build her glutes? Or as we say on the streets, to get a fatty. You know what I mean?
Ooh, wee. Okay. Wow.
Because there's a lot of misconceptions with that.
Listen, I'm going to break it down with scientific terms, because I'm not one of these, what do they call it again?
Like
I forgot the word.
Gurus or something like
that? No, not gurus. The word will come to me.
Got you.
But I'm not one of these average Joes just putting out information just to put out information. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really educated and I really understand how to go about certain things. Now, first things first. First of all, squats are great. Yeah. But squats primarily focus on your quadriceps and your hamstrings. A little bit of the glutes. Squats is a compound movement. The glutes is actually separate from the glutes are separate from the quadriceps and the hamstrings. Yes, they are part of each other. Quadriceps is all about the anterior. The posterior, which is the glutes and the hamstrings, you have to isolate and focus. So one thing you have to understand is three parts to the glutes. The gluteus medius, the gluteus minimus, the minimus, medius, and the maximus. So once you start to implement workouts that are working the three parts of the glutes, then there should be growth. Not only that, you need to be in a caloric surplus. Now that is the opposite of being a caloric deficit. So yes, ladies, you need to eat more in order to grow. Not just ladies, but just men and ladies and gentlemen as well. So caloric surplus, and you need to add a workout regimen that's going to attack the minimus, medius, maximus.
Gotcha.
The hamstring and the quads.
Okay. Bet. Now, for the workout, like I've heard women saying the hip. I think it's the hip thrust.
I was about to say that the glute thrust is one of the best.
Glute thrust.
The glute thrust.
Yes.
If you're doing weighted glute thrust, especially with a barbell, it's probably one of the best glute exercises out there for sure. Yes.
I've heard that.
If you don't know how to do the glute thrust, there's many different videos and things like that. But also, what you can do if you want to work on the minimus, with awfully the gluteus minimus.
Yeah.
Minimus median. Oh, the gluteus median. So if you want to work on a median, a resistant bands, lower body resistant bands,
Gotcha.
you could do some.
I see that sometimes. Yeah.
And it's one of my favorite things to do before I do any kind of squats, or especially if I'm going heavy or anything like that. So you get a resistance band, and you could do some lateral walks, you could do some frontal walks, you could do some backward walks, you could also do some banded fire hydrants, which is one of my favorite exercises / warm-ups. You know, things like that. So,
and that all helps out the glute area.
Yeah.
The glutes area. Gotcha.
Yeah. And the stronger your glutes are, less back pain that you will have, less neck pain that you will have. It will actually help enforce better posture as well too. So not just for the ladies, just to have a physical appearance of a round glute, but also men should be working at their glutes as well too.
I think that's so neglected in men.
It is.
Yep.
It is.
And that's the cause of a lot of injuries.
Yes.
Like crazy. But I found that out so late in life. We're not told that as kids.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.